podcast that you're about to hear contains acts of sex and violence. The hosts do not claim to be experts on the subjects that they present. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Brutal Nation, a podcast dedicated to lesser-known serial killers and acts of crime. I'm your host, Scott Alexander, and right across from me is Tammy Underwood. Say hi, Tam.
Hi.
Alrighty, so you've been kind of teasing me on this one here. A little bit, because you won't even tell me what the hell it's about.
Yeah, this one's a Medical Monday one.
Well, I figured that, but you still won't tell me really what it's about.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird.
Most of the shit we do is weird.
No, but this one's even weirder.
Do.
Not quite Twilight Zone weird, but weird. Yeah, this is a lady by the name of Kimberly. It's pronounced Saenz, S-A-E-N-Z. And I only learned that because I watched a clip where Nancy Grace was talking about her.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
This episode brought to you by the education of Nancy Grace.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's why
I just don't like her because I think she, condemns people in the court of public opinion before.
Well, she does, you know. She just kind of throws things at a wall and hopes that it'll stick.
Yeah, hopes it sticks. Yeah. Anyways, the quote I have is from Sophocles, S-O-P-H-O-C-L-E-S, Sophocles.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah, let's do it. Anyways, I think he's Greek.
Yeah, probably, with a name like that.
Yeah. The soul that conceived one wickedness can nurse no good thereafter.
That's fucking deep, man.
That was kind of deep, huh?
Jesus, yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. So, this lady, I had a hard time. I looked for information on her early life. Couldn't find it on Wikipedia, Murderpedia, or any article I was reading.
That's bizarre, because usually there's an early life
Yeah,
section
usually.
on any of those.
Usually. The only thing I could find, though, was she was born on November 3rd, 1973. So she's about your age. In Fall River, Massachusetts, which we all know I love Fall River.
Hello, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Hello, Massachusetts. But I'm still trying to dig deeper, but for some reason I couldn't seem to find any information except for she married young and had 2 children.
No, like how young? Like, was she 12 or what?
One news thing I saw was that she married early 20s, late teens, early 20s area.
You say young. I'm thinking under 18 years old.
No, not in this time frame. This is recent.
I was going to say, that's pretty messed up. She was 15 years old and married and 2 kids.
No. I mean, this era, though, because this is our generation, we would never, there's nobody who would have married that young.
Some got married at 17, but...
Yeah, some people,
Rarely was it, hey, she's 15 and knocked up, and now she's going to get married.
Yeah, I have a friend who has a cousin that married twice, very young. But
brutal.
I know, right? Anyway, so by the year the earliest I could find was the year 2007. She had moved to Lufkin, Texas, and she got a job as a nurse at the DaVita Dialysis Clinic.
Oh, okay, kidney shit.
Yeah, kidney shit. Anyways, apparently they hired her despite the fact that she had a shady employment history.
Like, whoa, how shady? Because there's shady you jump from job to job. Then there's shady kind of like, hey, you might not want to hire this chick because 50 people died in a month on her shift.
No, it had nothing to do with death so much, but this is why I don't understand why she had her medical license still. Because, you know me, my mother worked in the medical field my entire life. She was previously fired 4 times from other medical care jobs. Okay.
Okay, and that didn't raise a red flag with people going,
but they also had this information on her. She had a drug habit and would steal prescription meds. One particular time at Woodland Heights Hospital in Lufkin, she was caught misappropriating some Demerol, which was found by her bosses in her purse.
Okay, hold on. Back the hell up. Let me tell you why. Okay, because I have had a drug addiction. I'm no longer a junkie, by the way. But Demerol's the fucking bomb.
It is the bomb. However, a medical professional who has been caught misappropriating medication that was meant for patients and they took them themselves loses their license.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, yeah.
Why didn't she?
Maybe she was supplying the medical board with their Demerol so they can get high too. You asked. I'm just guessing.
I was going to say, you have an answer for everything, but that one is not feasible.
Maybe she's like a legal drug dealer. She's going up to judges and saying, what you need, Big Daddy? I got your Demerol. I got your morphine.
Yeah, she'd also been caught trying to cheat a piss test. How does that work? I mean, Visine in your pee doesn't work anymore?
I can tell you how.
Okay, you tell me how.
Okay, Brandon. My buddy Brandon, I got to out you on something. I'm not going to give Brandon's last name.
Yeah, don't give Brandon's last name.
So we were working at the same company together. And my buddy, much like myself, likes to occasionally partake in perhaps some of the marijuanas. Perhaps, maybe.
So you've heard.
So I've heard. And so he calls me up. I'm here, living right here. And he goes, dude, I just got a random UA. What do I do? Because I was smoking out all weekend. Because he just got back from vacation.
Oh, shit.
I said, don't worry, man. I'm on my way. I'm going to pee for you, okay? I'm going to pee in a bottle for you. Strap it to your leg. Go in there.
Yeah, but it's still not as warm.
Yeah, will be. Because it was a nice summer day. As long as it's, you can put it up at the upper part of, like, your crotch.
Oh, okay. Like in that fold there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does he do? He puts it on his dash on a summer day.
Oh, shit, Shinola.
He goes to take the pee test and puts it in the cup.
And it, like, steams.
Oh, yeah. They look at the temperature. They go, dude, there's no way that your urine is 138 degrees.
Yeah, no, dude, because you're not burning up.
Yeah, because, no, that's just because you'd be on fire. That's why. You would be like, there'd be flames coming out of you.
Yeah.
So, but maybe she did the same thing. Maybe she called up her friend, let's say Linda, and she says, hey, Linda, I got to take a pee test, a whiz quiz. Can you pee in a jar for me? And she says, no problem. You going to crochet tomorrow? Yes, I am. And they go off quilting, and she pees in like a container. She straps it to her leg. She goes in. She takes the piss test, and normally it works, but this time here she got popped.
Okay.
See, there's always a way to cheat it.
Okay. Yeah, because I know niacin doesn't even work anymore because they have shit to test for that.
Oh, my God. Niacin is... I did that once.
It is brutal. I've done it, too. That was back
shit.
before they had the technology to test for that kind of stuff.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, and it's like you lay there and you like, I don't know, man. Your body's on fire.
Oh, yeah. It sucks. And the last time I did that, it was like that for me for more than a day.
Oh, shit, no.
Like, it held on forever. She'd be gone by... She'd only be a couple of hours, but God damn, it was shitty.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was wondering how she would have gotten away with it, though, back in 2007. Okay, she was also arrested once for public intoxication as well as criminal trespass in the year 2007 after she had a domestic disturbance with her husband. However, shortly after that, they reconciled.
Okay, see that right there? We shouldn't even be mentioning that. Why? Shit happens when you get into a fight with a
and it has no bearing on the case, but it was in there, so I added it.
Exactly. I mean, shit. I have been into some major arguments with some
you've had some domestic disturbances in your past.
I have. Well, like freaking Shannon, we talked about her. She was, that's Psycho Sally and a half. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to stab me. So she almost became an episode of Brutal Nation. But, that shouldn't have any bearing on anything else. It was
true.
I mean, think about it.
Because the way she committed her crimes and everything had nothing to do with what she and her husband got into.
Yeah, they're pointing out some bullshit about her. So far, I'm saying, Kimberly, that's some bullshit. Nobody should have written that about you, baby.
Yeah, not about the domestic disturbance. I agree.
Right, it ain't nobody's goddamn business.
Yeah, what you do in the privacy of your own home and get drunk and go walk the streets and do your business. It involves
ghosts.
Okay, so now let's jump to the spring of 2008. You ready?
I'm ready.
The dialysis center where she worked noticed a rise in their patients becoming alarmingly ill while they were being treated. Okay? They actually had to call the paramedics on 30 separate occasions in the month of April. So 30 days have September, April. That's one a day.
Yeah, I was just
saying.
On
average.
God dang, Kimberly,
okay.
You're a busy girl.
However, that is twice the amount from the previous year. Okay? So, one patient by the name of Thelma Metcalf ended up going to the emergency room numerous times after receiving too much heparin, which, for those who don't know, it's a blood thinner.
That's what I thought it was, but I'm glad that you told me.
And they
because my
use
brain
it
went-
a lot in dialysis because dialysis was where they flush out your blood, wash it, and put it back in. So
Okay.
they need that blood thinner.
So then I got a question to clarify something in my own head because I used to donate plasma.
Correct?
Is it the same
No.
thing? 'Cause-
Plasma is the liquids from your blood.
I mean, like the process, because
No,
they
no.
would take it out and they spin it, and they put it back into your body, right, to separate.
Yeah,
the
I
plasma
don't think
from
it's the
blood?
same thing. I'm not sure. I've never donated plasma, and I've never had dialysis. I unfortunately can't donate blood or anything like that because of my anemia.
Well, I have my buddy Fred said, "Dude, I don't want to go do this by myself. Will you do it?" It's
The one down in California from high school.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, same one. Yeah, we talked about him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when he moved up here, that's what he did. He donated plasmas. Well, come with me. And
I heard you can make quite a bit of money doing it.
Yeah, it was like an extra $200 a week or some shit. But quick thing, we'll get back on point on that one. This is why I asked, because freaking like the first time they did it, they draw the blood out. It's the biggest straw, and all of a sudden, I couldn't move. I was
you, like, pass
paralyzed.
out?
No, I was paralyzed. Like I could see everything. And Fred's looking at me at the table across from me. He's like, "Dude, you okay? You okay?" I couldn't say anything. I couldn't scream. I was paralyzed.
Did they say why that happened?
No, the nurse just said, "Oh, it's just sometimes it happens." I'm like, "Oh, that's great. You couldn't have warned me."
Couldn't have warned a brother?
Yeah, we got to warn a guy. Just like my doctor and the goddamn Prozac when they had me on that.
I know, right?
Got to warn a guy of some of the side effects.
Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you
no.
never get warned. Just all of a sudden
No.
you're paralyzed. I mean, I was fine once they pumped the blood back in.
Yeah. But
So no, I was just curious. Go ahead.
yeah, so what was more alarming than that, if you can imagine anything being more alarming, was that some of the patients were actually going into cardiac arrest. Now, some people might not find that odd, considering these patients already had poor health, right?
But it's kidneys. It's not your heart.
Okay, but that's not all. So let me put this into perspective for you. The amount of calls paramedics received was alarming because normally a dialysis patient does not code. Even though they're
Oh.
taking blood out, they don't really code.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think it's because of all the machines they hook you up to. They can regulate your heartbeat and stuff like that.
That's probably a mom question. I'm going to have to ask your mom.
I don't know if she would know. She might. I mean, I can ask her, but from my understanding, and some of the stuff I've read, not just in regards to this, because, you know, I have a friend whose brother had a kidney transplant and everything, and I was kind of curious how dialysis worked, because she said he would get done with dialysis and be like really like lethargic and sick for a couple days.
Well, it makes sense. It's a pretty taxing process from what I understand.
But from my understanding, they hook you up to so many machines and stuff that they would notice something right away.
Oh, okay.
So you wouldn't get to that point.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's how it works. Not sure, so don't quote me.
I'm not.
Yeah, well, some people try to, and that's not a good thing.
I'm quoting Tammy right now. Quote, she said.
Don't quote me. On April 1st alone, 2 patients from the clinic, Thelma Metcalf, the one we just talked about, who had too much heparin several times, and Clara Strange, both died of a heart attack on the same day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's 2 patients in one day where normally there are exactly 0 who code or have anything like that happen.
And it's April Fool's Day.
Well, yeah, I didn't take that into consideration, but thank you.
That's a hell of an April Fool's joke on the clinic you're working for.
So DaVita sent one of their coordinators from the head office, a lady by the name of Amy Clinton, over there to check everything out. Well, however, the calls continue to come into the paramedics units, even after Clinton was there. And so the paramedics themselves noticed the tremendous increase and talked to their supervisors at the fire department about their concerns.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so the supervisors then took the complaints to the department officials, and one of them secretly notified the state health inspectors asking them to look into the matter, which is what should happen.
Right, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
That is exactly what should happen. So now the health department launches an investigation. While the state health inspectors were there looking into a situation on April 28th, so 28 days after these two died.
27.
Okay, 27, you're right. My bad.
Counting's hard.
It's not that. I was just thinking numbers. Shut up. Anyways,
You're such a dick.
two more dialysis patients. One was Marva Roan. The other one was Carolyn Reisinger, had significant drops in their blood pressure.
Holy shit.
That child must be out across the street. Later, two other patients would testify that they had witnessed Saenz fill 2 syringes with a bleach solution, which she then injected into the other's dialysis lines.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Amy Clinton actually confronted Saenz about the incident, to which Saenz claimed she was cleaning one of the used machines when she used the syringes to get an exact measurement. However, that was completely, like to the letter, completely against the clinic's policy. Both the bucket and syringes would test positive for bleach.
Yeah, you would think.
Yes. Okay. At this point, the clinic notified the authorities. And when the police came in, they actually shut the clinic down for 2 weeks to conduct an investigation.
Yeah, man, you got Psycho Sally running around and injecting people with
They're like,
goddamn
you know
bleach.
what? We don't want anybody else treated here. We're shutting you down for 2 weeks so we can do an investigation.
You know, in their defense, pretty sure their families don't want their relatives being treated there either.
Pretty much. There's something going on with my doggy.
Poor
That's
ghost.
when they found several other syringes that she had used that also tested positive for bleach. So needless to say, she was fired the following day and had her nurse's license suspended at this point. Go figure, right?
Right. Yeah,
now,
that makes sense.
now
About
they're
damn
going to
time.
suspend her license. Not for misappropriating drugs, not for all that, but now they're going to.
Hey, look, you try to cheat on a urine test and
You steal your
You're-
patient's medication.
you're stealing all the dope, but
Yeah.
that's okay. But now you're filling up syringes full of bleach, so we're not quite cool with
and
that.
there's no proof yet that she injected anybody with it, just that she had filled her syringes with it.
Well, it's got to be a yet thing because I'm pretty sure there's got to be a way for them to pull blood and say, hey, there's fucking bleach.
Okay. Okay.
I would think.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to let you think. But then
Always something with
she
you.
actually, I mean, because they arrested her. She's out on bail. She had the audacity to violate her bail by applying for a job as a receptionist at a Lufkin medical facility.
Okay. I got to say this to Kimberly Saenz.
You're a
Sweetheart,
dumbass.
You know, everybody's got a reason the way they do things, but that is just pure freaking stupid.
Yeah, why do you keep putting yourself in that position, knowing that the heat is on you?
Well, yeah, you know, and seriously, because we've been talking about serial killers all freaking day.
Yeah,
And we just picked apart a movie about serial killers.
we did pick apart a movie,
But
a false movie, but
It was a false movie. But, you know, you would think that you would look at the situation and go, okay, the cops are on to me. The clinic I was working for, they're on to me. I've been fired. Everybody kind of knows that it's
and
me.
it's against my bail to even work in a medical facility on any level.
Right. So maybe, just maybe,
Maybe.
I might want to lay the fuck low a little bit
Yeah, kind of.
and not work at a medical clinic, at least, at the very bare minimum. You know, but if I was her, and this is something for you also, Kimberly, I would be trying not to get even so much as a parking ticket.
Yeah, me
that
neither.
point.
Me neither.
Because, you know, I was under a lot of stress, and that's why I did it. At least something. Here she is going, you know what? Fuck you. I'm just going to work at a clinic anyway.
Yeah,
Kiss my
I'm going to
ass.
apply at a clinic. You
Yeah,
know,
why not?
how I don't even know how big Lufkin is, but
But she obviously got hired.
no, it just says she tried.
Oh, tried. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she applied for the job. It didn't say she got
At
hired.
least, no, hopefully Lufkin looked at it and said,
Yeah, I think
We're
your
gonna
name
have to
is tied to
pass.
an investigation at another facility
yeah, we're going to
in
have to
this
take
area.
a pass on you, Miss Saenz,
Yeah.
because we're pretty sure that you're a nut job.
Yeah, so an epidemiologist with the CDC conducted some, which is the Center for Disease Control, conducted some research and noted that Saenz was present for every single incident in April where someone had died either while at or shortly after leaving the dialysis clinic.
So she couldn't even do it like Oh, secret. Okay, so we did Colin, right?
We did do
And
Cullen.
at least Colin was a little secretive about it.
Yes, and
He got in
even
and
Gilbert last week,
Oh, yeah.
she was only present for about half of them.
Right. So then you have at least plausible deniability.
Yeah, this lady, all.
It sounds like Saenz is sitting there with a neon sign
That says, pick me.
that says, "It's me."
Yeah.
100%. Right.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm filling out a log. I was here when she died. Oh, I'm going to sign into the next room. Yep, her too. Let's just sign my name.
Yeah, well, it gets even better. She just shows how not that smart she was. What was more damaging to her case was that when authorities did a search of her computer hard drive, they discovered several recent Google searches for information on whether or not bleach could kill someone.
Oh, well, there you go. Because, yeah.
That's another neon sign, isn't it?
I'm going to help our serial killers that are listening to us. Because hopefully I'll be featuring you on our show, provided you don't kill me first.
Target number 2.
So you can go to the library and use their computers. Or you can even go to Kinko's.
Well, and you can go to the library and not even use your own library card.
Right. And
Or get one under a fake name or something.
if worst came to worst, they would track it down to the library and they'd say, "Son of a bitch, somebody used the library computer to look up how bleach kills people." Huh? They're not going to track it back to you. If you're using your own freaking computer.
Well, yeah, it kind of reminds me of Casey Anthony, who looked up how to make chloroform on her computer. Remember that?
Yeah, because there's another fucking genius right there.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, that's what I kind of equated it to. It's like, you know what? You're a dumbass. So, anyways, the detectives questioned her. And get this, she actually offered up the information about using the bleach to clean the lines even before the word bleach was mentioned by the police.
Oh, jeez. I had such high hopes because I'm telling you, I'm looking at the name Kimberly Saenz, right? Mm-hmm. That sounds like a really cool name. It sounds like somebody that I would, just by the name.
Date?
Well, yeah, because she sounds like she's fairly intelligent.
Yeah, she looks like Melissa McCarthy. Remember?
Oh,
I showed
you showed me a
picture?
picture. Melissa McCarthy's kind of hot in a really weird way.
I think she's very beautiful too.
Yeah,
but maybe it's because she's so funny.
That's probably it.
Yeah, but no, this lady looks in one of her pictures, and it'll be on the website. Looks straight up like Melissa McCarthy in one of her movies where she has that. I think it's the movie Tammy, by the way. Have you ever seen that one?
I have.
It's a good one. It totally reminds me of my life.
So, yeah, look here, Kimberly. I'm not going to use my usual thing like calling you sugar tits or anything.
Thank God, you'll get sued.
Well, no, because I think I like Kimberly.
Until all this.
It's not even the killing, honestly. It's being that dumb. To sit there and go, okay, they're not asking me about killing people with bleach. No, I use bleach to clean out the lines. Man, we haven't asked you anything about that. But that's what I used it for. And I looked up how to kill people with bleach just on a whim on my own computer.
Because I was just wondering if it would hurt anybody if it got into their bloodstream after I cleaned the lines with it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
God damn. Honey, do us all a favor. If you're going to murder somebody, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for all the other serial killers out there, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. She tried to explain that since she could find no measuring cups at the time, she was forced to use a syringe to measure the bleach. Okay?
Which would legitimately make sense.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know how you clean medical equipment, to be honest.
I don't either, but even if you don't have a measuring cup, can't you go grab a coffee cup?
See, we should have got your mom in on this show because she would be the expert because she's worked in the medical field.
You want me to call her real quick? I can probably put her on speakerphone.
We should have thought about that before we started rolling.
I know,
So now
huh?
we're rolling.
Yeah, we are. But this information was enough for authorities to arrest her on 5 counts of capital murder.
Oh,
And
ouch.
5 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bleach.
The bleach, yeah.
Yeah. When some of her coworkers were questioned, one told detectives that Saenz had openly expressed her disdain for several of the patients. Like,
Okay,
basically
I can
said,
relate.
I do not like them. And I don't know, she said, I wish they were gone. But she basically said, I don't like them, period.
I can relate to that because I don't like a whole hell of a lot of people myself. So, Kimberly, I feel you on that one. I really do.
Well, and all of the patients she referred to either ended up dying or they coded.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
So not only have you
So you kinda
expressed
outed
your
yourself.
disdain, these are the ones that are actually ending up in trouble. Yeah.
Jeez, Kimberly, you told on yourself, man. You could have been sneaky and actually got away with some shit. Just saying.
Maybe she could have gotten her number up there higher.
Right.
Another one been in line with Cullen and shit, right?
Exactly. I thought you were going to make me proud. I really did, Miss Saenz. I thought you'd make me proud.
No.
But no.
Another told them that Saenz had gone outside for a smoke break after she assisted a patient by the name of Opal Few. Few coded shortly after, and Saenz actually refused to help her.
Wow.
She said, I am not going over there to help her.
God, see, that's another thing. You know what you could have done is you could have at least gone back and said, let me help you and save your life.
Yeah, like Kristen Gilbert did.
Yeah, and even if you weren't really doing it, just going through the motions, it'd be a smarter move, I would think.
Yeah, you would think so. That's what I thought too, but what do I know?
We're not professional serial killers. We're way amateurs at serial killing.
Yeah. Now, you would probably assume, like I did, that this was all the evidence, the forensics and the witness testimony the DA's office would need, right?
Well, that and she told on herself. But
That too.
yeah,
That
I mean,
too.
there's
She
kind
didn't
of a
come
shit
out and
ton.
say I did it, but she kind of like gave
Damn near
all that evidence showing that she did.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
damn, she might as well have been holding a flashing neon sign.
Yeah. Well, however, apparently the detectives in the DA's office could not prove that the bleach went from the dialysis lines into the patient's bloodstreams. And this is because there was practically no research on whether bleach could be detected in a person's bloodstream. Practically none.
That actually shocks me. I thought that they would have been able to do that since like the 80s or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So you'd have thought there was a lot of research done. However, they were able to contact one guy. He was an analytical chemist and bioterrorism expert.
Living in a hut in the middle of the forest. They flew in.
Well, they couldn't fly him with helicopters because he'd be paranoid about
Mr.
that.
Smith, we got to get you out of here. We got some questions. He's shooting at him. Oh, I see how this is going down.
His
Okay.
name is Mark Sochowski.
Oh, there you. It's always a Russian name. You ever know that? Whenever it's a specialist, it's either really German, like my name is Lars Gregerholsen, or it's something really Russian.
Sochowski sounds Russian or Ukrainian, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. At that time, he was actually developing a test. He hadn't fully developed it yet, but was developing a test that would measure chlorine exposure by taking measurements of the... you know what? I had this word in my head, and I knew I was going to pronounce it right, and then chlorotyrosine. It's CHLOROTYROSINE. Chlorotyrosine.
Yeah, chlorotyrosine.
Yeah, thank you. And that is actually an amino acid that forms from exposure to agents such as bleach.
Oh,
Okay.
specifically the chlorine in it.
Yes, exactly. So when he tested several samples that were sent to him, he discovered that 9 of those samples had peaks of this chlorotyrosine, which can only be explained by an exposure to bleach. So there was bleach in their bloodstream.
But why would you even need that test? I'm kind of curious about, not stepping outside of this case. Mm-hmm. Like, why would you really need? Were there that many people that were kicking off because of
bleach?
Because of bleach and chlorine?
I don't know.
That you said that, hey, I need to develop a test.
Unless, because you did say for bioterrorism, if it's something that they were anticipating might occur.
Oh, no. Okay. No, that kind of makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Like the anthrax and all that other stuff.
Wasn't that a band in the 80s?
Anthrax was a band in the 80s, but it was also a powder agent that was used in the 2000s, shortly after 9/11.
They were really good
sent
band,
through
though.
the Postal Service to a lot of government agencies.
I
Don't
remember
you remember that?
I remember that. I also remember the band, too.
I know you do. You could probably sing me a couple of their songs if I let you.
Probably.
I noticed I said let. Anyways, so upon entering the bloodstream, the bleach actually caused their blood cells to explode. Their red blood cells to explode. When this happened, iron was released. And this process, which is called hemolysis, is what caused the patients to go into cardiac arrest and subsequently die.
Oh.
So they were producing too much iron.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yes, it actually does to me too because of my low iron. I kind of know a little bit about that.
I actually learned something new today.
You do. That's why when you have low iron, they do give you fresh, clean blood because it has the it has that high iron content in it.
Collected by fresh, clean vampires.
That's disgusting. It was really weird getting other people's blood too, by the way. So 4 years later, 4 years. Okay, on March 31st of 2012, a jury of her peers in Angelina County convicted her of murdering 5 of her patients, as well as attempting to murder 5 more. Now, the prosecutors were seeking the death penalty, but they didn't get it. On April 2nd, almost exactly 4 years to the date from when the first 2 people died.
The day after April's Fool's Day.
She was only sentenced to 5 concurrent, running together terms of life without the possibility of parole for the murders, plus 3 consecutive, which are running back to back, 20-year sentences for the aggravated assaults. Okay.
So she's never getting out either.
No. The victims that she murdered were Clara Strange and Thelma Metcalf, obviously, and Opal Few, obviously, and then there was a Garland Kelly and a Cora Bryant. Now, despite the DA's belief that there were actually more than just the 10 victims, which I would probably say there were.
There probably was. I mean, well...
Yeah, from the indicted cases.
Then I start thinking, though, maybe she would have told on herself if she said, no, there was way more than that.
Not necessarily.
She just doesn't sound bright. That's what I'm getting at.
This is true, too. I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot of intelligence with her.
I'm surprised she didn't walk out of thank God you guys didn't find the other 10.
I know. This is just it, is that I don't see her being as organized as I have a lot of even the medical ones.
Oh, totally.
She is so disorganized that it just really makes me wonder if she had like a psychotic break somehow.
Or just full of plain old hate.
That could be too.
Yep. Sometimes you just gotta step back and look at it and go, this person just really hated people.
Right.
Like more than I hate people. I mean, I hate people.
You do, but I don't see you going out and injecting them with bleach.
I'm not going to freaking kill a bunch of people just to do it.
I can't even stand the smell of bleach.
No, I neither can I.
Yeah, and this was based on some research that the CDC had done. The CDC epidemiologist, who, from way back when, was statistically able to connect her to other adverse health events at the clinic. Not just the codes and the deaths.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Alas, the Lufkin detectives were only able to acquire the medical waste from the 2 weeks before her April 28th arrest.
Oh.
Because, it's frequently disposed of and,
yeah.
Incinerated and all that crap. So that left them with scarce evidence to indict her further with other occurrences. Now, during the victim impact statement, part of the trial, Thelma Metcalf's daughter said, and I'm going to quote her here, "You are nothing more than a psychopathic serial killer. I hope you burn in hell."
Well, she's not wrong.
Yeah.
Just being honest here.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean...
And not just a psychopathic serial killer. I got to tell you, once again, dumb.
Yeah,
dumb.
She's not even like borderline. She doesn't even sound like she has borderline personality disorder because I don't see anything codependent here.
Right.
And I'm not seeing anything narcissistic here. I'm just seeing plain old vindictive hatred.
Yeah,
almost.
Hate and stupidity.
Yeah.
And that's a bad combination.
It is. So she's currently serving out her sentence as detective
Having a hard time over that?
I can't speak today. I've looked at it 4 times. I know what I want to say, but I can't spit out the words.
We've been kind of working all day.
Texas Department of Criminal Justice number 01775033. They give us her SID number.
Holy cow. That's a hell of a report, man.
At the Mountain View unit in Gatesville, Texas. So you know what? I can find the address if you want to write her.
Yeah, actually I do. I got questions.
I know, me too.
I want to see if I can interview her since we've got a couple of those in the works.
We do have some in the works, and I'm hoping they pan out.
Me too.
Especially that one.
Yes, me too.
That one I really want. I want the other 4, but that one we desperately need.
Yeah.
But only for our own entertainment, really.
No, yeah, that's true.
But we will pass it along to share with you.
Dun, 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 dun,
Right? But my whole thing is, and then, of course, her defense team tried to appeal to the 12th Court of Appeals in Texas, but it was denied.
It's Texas. You kill people. You're lucky they didn't fucking Yosemite Sam you right there.
You're
Shoot
lucky
ya.
you didn't get the death penalty, because Texas is the one state that you're almost guaranteed the death penalty in a capital murder case.
No shit. I mean,
Yeah. The only time you're really not guaranteed the death penalty is if you have more information on other crimes that you're solving for helping them close, and then they keep wanting to get that information from you.
I don't think that she can give them information on how to fold laundry, to be honest. And Texas is one of those states, man. They said guilty, you get the death penalty. I'm surprised they didn't walk around saying, okay,
Yeah.
Bill, pull out your 6-shooter. We got to shoot her in the head like a wounded horse.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually surprised that Texas uses lethal injection now. Because, I mean, I'm
They're
shocked
moving on
that
up to the east side.
I know. I'm surprised they still don't use the gallows in the firing range.
I was going to say, like, afraid the gallows, you hear cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's their spurs as they walk out. All right, here's what we're going to do.
Or
This
the
old boy
firing
here
squad.
is convicted guilty of murder in the first degree. We're going to hang him. You got anything to say? Too late. And he's dead.
Get a rope.
Get a rope.
Did you buy your salsa from New York City?
That's right. New York City.
Get a rope. Actually, no, little known fact here, and I'll probably feature him in another episode, but Wesley Allen Dodd was one of the last people in the state of Washington to either, I can't remember if he got firing squad or the gallows,
Oh, damn.
but it was one of those two. Yeah. That was back in Walla Walla back in 92, 93.
No shit. That recent, huh?
Yep.
You say gallows, I think like freaking maybe 1920,
Nope.
1930.
It was early 90s. I
Maybe the
remember it
60s.
almost the day it happened, because I had just moved here from Iowa, and it was a big old thing. Yeah.
A big old thing.
It was a big old news event. Yes. Wesley Allen Dodd was his name. But I'm going to feature him on another episode because he was pretty freaky too.
Sweet.
Yeah. And he actually operated out of this area.
I wonder if his kids are still around here. Now they're going to hear that we're going to feature him and they're going to hunt me down and file. We're going to hang you, fat ball bastard.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Because he did operate out of the Vancouver area. So.
Gee, Merry Christmas. My hometown. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't brag about that, but okay. So my
like my
question
little town.
is, I mean, because this is kind of all the information I had. Like I said, I found very little on her, and I read a lot of stuff. Do you think she was involved in more?
Oh, hell yeah.
Then why didn't she implicate herself in more? Do you think that she kind of
she's
got a smart bug in her? Or?
I think maybe that she caught a case of the smart because I believe, number one, she's got a whole bucket of stupid.
She did.
Okay.
She did.
And
That's
maybe-
why I'm shocked that she didn't implicate herself in a lot of other stuff.
Me too, but maybe there she's like, maybe I shouldn't open my mouth and tell them about the other ones that tried to kill at the other facilities that I've worked at.
Yeah.
Because that would be bad. But honestly, Kimberly, it's not going to get much worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it really isn't. You got your life in prison. It's a done deal.
Well, yeah. And, and like I said before,
You ain't planning a damn trip to Disneyland there, sweetheart.
I don't think they have a Disneyland in the Texas penal system, do they?
Oh, you said penal. You okay over there?
You shut up. You say some things that I should not be laughing at, but I can't help myself because I hear it all day long.
That's because right now I really do need coffee.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, but,
But anywho's, no, maybe she got a case of the smarts and said, hey, maybe I shouldn't be telling them about this shit because I just told them about the ones I did kill, and I'm already
Well, yeah, I
screwed.
didn't come out and say I killed them, but I pretty much implicated myself by saying,
Yeah, hey.
I used bleach to clean the machines. Do you think that's what did it?
And I made myself present during every single one of the deaths, every single one, so everybody saw me and told people. Hey,
And searched it on my own damn computer.
Yeah, I mean, what more do you need?
Well, and by the mid-2000s, I mean, this is almost late 2000s, people already knew that no matter what you erase from your computer,
It's there
stays
forever.
on your computer.
Oh, yeah. That's
You
why
know?
I feel bad for anybody who checks my search history, honestly. Because I look at weird shit all the time.
You do. You do.
People are going to look at what the hell is wrong with him? He's got serial killers, and then it goes, he's asking a question, why can't penguins fly?
What does a penguin taste like?
Yeah, what is a penguin? That was my question. What was it a couple months ago? Just wondering what the hell.
You texted me that question.
And I'm still wondering what a penguin tastes like. So I can't find anybody that sells penguin meat. They're going to see all kinds of just weird, random thoughts on there. Oh my God, this guy was probably a serial killer himself because nobody thinks like this either.
And it's not only
mentally
just
disabled.
Yeah, it's not only random, but it's so jumbled.
Yeah.
It's not like you went through a series of, I'm searching the serial killers, and I came across this, and I came across this, and then I'm ending up over here. You jump from, I'm researching a serial killer to, oh my gosh, what does a penguin taste like, and how tall is a giraffe to see how high,
Yeah. One
of his famous phrases is.
And if you want to catch that phrase, you got to listen to the Scotty and Squash show.
Listen to the Scotty Squash show. You'll hear it a lot.
No, and it's true. And then it might jump to something like, PRS has a Paul Reed Smith guitar maker. They have a new line of guitars out. I want to check that out. And then I'll jump over to back to serial killers.
Yeah, because you don't have a natural progression. You have a tornado.
Here's a way to describe my mind.
A tornado?
Right next to us right here is my filing cabinet. My wood filing cabinet with my printer on it.
Should I not open it?
It's like opening the drawers, grabbing all my files.
And throwing them around the room.
Toss them in the air.
And whichever one lands up, that's the one you're reading.
That's exactly it right there. The first one that you see, go, okay, the penguin meat. That's what we're going to talk about right now. That's what I'm wondering. And then the next one that you see, that's the next subject.
Yeah, because, well, and what gets me is I've done all the research we've been doing on serial killers and stuff for this show.
Right.
Is that a lot of them mention how they had a lot of true crime books, or they had a lot of this kind of reading material, or that kind of reading material. Dude, if that is what qualifies you as a potential serial killer,
you and I are screwed.
We are so screwed because our search history on our computers is almost all serial killers. It's either all serial killers, it's all topics for our other show.
And it's bizarre shit, too.
Oh, yeah, we don't search out the fucking...
You would think if somebody had an interest in serial killers, what are you going to see? You're going to see Bundy, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And
no,
Gacy,
we don't look for that
Dahmer,
shit.
Gein, H.H. Holmes.
Yeah, no.
All the mainstream ones.
Yeah.
You're going to see that. And I can tell you, on mine, you're not going to... I think you might see H.H. Holmes. I think I searched him out 6 or 7 months ago.
And I still kind of go back to H.H. Holmes sometimes when we have different, different nuances.
Well, he makes a good comparative.
Like the torture guy, when we did the Toy Box Killer.
Yes.
H.H. Holmes, I kind of looked into him.
Yeah, his building was built just for torture.
Yeah. He had rooms that led to nowhere that, you thought you were getting out, but you were going deeper into the dungeon and shit. Yeah, so he was, instrumental in, setting the stage for torture killing.
Well, they're going to be wondering if I'm going to poison somebody, stab them to death, use kinky sex toys on them. That's what they're going to look at. They're going to be, this guy was fucked up. We got to find the bodies.
Yeah, they're going to start. Thank God you have no crawl space, John.
Are you sure?
Okay, Pogo. Yeah, I just actually saw a documentary on him the other day where his sister was trying to tell everybody that the clown was secondary to everything, that that was a different persona of him, and he really enjoyed being a clown, and it's not what he used to lure his victims.
It was what he used to lure his victims,
no,
partially, but he did enjoy being a clown.
I was going to say, because he really didn't use, when you go into it further, because I did do this after I saw that, is when you go into it further, he targeted, teenage kids.
Right.
Not the younger ones. So ones that wouldn't even been, interested, he's a clown, let's go see him.
I would.
He targeted more of the kids that he hired to work for him in his construction company.
Right. Yeah. That was his modus operandi.
Modus operandi. Yeah. So it was just really weird because she said it was just horrible how they turned that part about him ugly, and that part about him.
Okay, you know what? And I can appreciate that because
me too.
You're taking something that he did have a passion for outside of killing and raping.
Many. Yeah. Tens and tens of victims, yes.
Yeah, and trying to put that into a serial killer.
Yeah, that was his persona, and that's the persona he used to kill. And
I'm gonna have to revisit him.
Yeah, I'd like to revisit him too, not to feature him so much because I kind of saw him in a different light, especially when you hear about his childhood.
You said that like you have a crush. That's kind of.
I don't have a crush on him, but I saw him in a different light. I don't have the empathy I have for Panzram for him.
Oh, totally.
But I did see him in a different light because I heard more about his childhood, and it was tragic.
Oh, brutal. All right. You ready to wrap this one up?
I am kind of ready to wrap this one. No, I think I'm done with this one because, like I said, she was an idiot.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I wanted to feature, because we feature some pretty smart people.
You know, it's weird that you said that, because I was just actually going to say the exact same thing. Because I'm looking up at the files right here, and I see Nanny Doss, and even she was crafty,
Very
crafty woman. You know, and we featured other women that you go and you look like the lesbian couple that.
Oh yeah, the Graham and Wood. Yeah,
you know,
the Lethal Lovers out of Michigan.
Crafty,
very crafty.
like crafty, sick but crafty, and then you bring me this Kimberly Saenz, I'm thinking, cool, it's going to be crafty, it's going to be good.
No.
And I'm sitting there going, what monkey fuck brain do you have?
Yeah, which makes you wonder how she even was able to pull it off for, but then again, it was 30 days.
Or tire shoes.
That too. I mean, because you got to consider she had 5 deaths and 5 attempted deaths within a 30-day period from April 1st through April 28 days.
She was moving pretty fast, but here's the thing. In order for her, okay, so number one, she searched it out, right? She said, will bleach
So
kill
she had
people?
to think about it first.
She had to think about it. She had to do at least a little bit of planning. You would think in that planning would be like, hey, I don't want my coworkers to see me doing this shit.
Right.
That would make sense, right?
And it's not like my patients are dementia patients.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure they don't see what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you would think there'd just be more forethought in it. So is all I'm saying. She is not
That's what I was thinking. That's why. I think that's why she intrigued me so much. Not because of the nature of her crime. I mean, the bleach aspect, yes.
Yeah,
because that is something that you don't see medical providers using. You see them using drugs that are naturally in their environment.
Okay, yeah.
Or suffocation or whatever. But you don't see them using synthetic chemicals and shit.
Yeah, like bleach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
So that part intrigued me too, but what intrigued me so much is the stupidity behind it.
And that's what I'm getting at. I've been pretty impressed with the women that we've done.
I have too.
Because I'm like, wow, man, these are some.
First of all, to find so
out.
many women.
Oh yeah, and wow, you women really thought to think this out, which terrifies me of you women. But I'll be honest.
Of me?
Of you too, because well, you're just scary as shit, serial killer woman. Then we come to Kimberly Saenz, and I'm just shaking my head, going, "You are seriously letting down your fellow women serial killers.
Yeah,
if you're going to do this,
she's letting down her gender. Period.
That is true. I will give it that.
She is letting us down as far as gender, because you know what? I pride myself on being pretty sneaky and crafty when it comes to certain stuff.
Like serial killing?
No.
Am I getting a confession?
No, you're not getting a confession. No, what you're getting from me, and I've told you this before, is like I am a very trusting person. I trust people because I know how I act and what my morals are, and I expect others to be the same way. But when you violate that trust and you're not honest with me about it, it's like, you know what? If I confront you, just say, hey, yeah, I did it. Or whatever.
Makes sense.
But when I find out that there's sneakiness behind it and you're trying to hide it from me, I turn into CSI Tammy.
I don't think this Kimberly Saenz could CSI.
I don't think she could either. I don't think so either, because, I have pretty much... It's crazy to me. She just gives us all a bad name.
I really
all of
wish
us.
she was a little
Even
smarter.
Casey Anthony was smarter than this.
That's true.
And I hate that bitch.
All right, let's wrap this one up.
Let's do it.
This has been Brutal Nation. I've been your host, Scott Alexander, with my co-host, the wonderful Tammy Underwood. Sorry about that, Tam. My brain stopped. I told you, I need freaking
it was
coffee.
about bad as me trying to pronounce Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
We're both doing great. We need coffee. This has been a Twisted Blue production, copyright 2021 by Twisted Blue LLC. Remember, you can send us an email at brutalnation.cast@gmail.com or send us a message on the website www.twistedbluellc.com and check out the other shows that they offer with more to come. We look forward to hearing from you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.